is going on, guys? We are back with another video and another F-150. You guys seem to really like the last F-150 video, and well, I've been tuning a lot of these things lately and they are awesome. It really makes me want to get one. Comment down below if you think I should get one. But anyways, we have Chris's 2024 F-150. These are now fully tunable. ECUs don't have to be sent out, both for Whipple and for NA stuff. So if you guys need to, let me know. But we have a stage 1 kit. So that means small throttle body, small intake, 4-inch pulley, and I think they're like 55-pound injectors. So we are going to be doing a stage 1 to stage 2 package with my touch. I'm going to put some 1050Xs in here. I like a little bit more injector, and 375 pulley and some tuning. We are going to run it in fifth first because the speed limiter is at 100. I just pulled the tune out. We're not going to tune this right now because we're just trying to get a baseline. For now, we're just going to see what you get out of the box stage 1 so we can compare. And we're going to try a 6th gear, but it's obviously going to cut us off way early in RPM. So we'll do 5th gear first and then a 6th gear. $561, $497.
That's actually pretty good.
Yep, obviously we know this would chooch to, if the speed limiter wasn't there, it would chooch up.
In 6th gear, it'd probably be a 600 number, or pretty close to it.
Yeah, let's do a 6th gear so we can see the graph, but it's gonna only let us rev to probably 5,500 or so. You can see that it obviously makes more power in 6th. You know, right there. We can try running in 4th. It doesn't make that much power, so I don't think it'll spin, and just get an idea of the RPM range. We accomplished what we wanted to do to be able to see the power band. All these numbers, all different numbers, but we're gonna be able to compare this. So we got a solid baseline there, because that says it's 573, but obviously you can see how these all are different horsepower reading levels. They're all the same, they're just different gears. It would make the most in 7th, but we're not gonna do that. So right here we got the 132mm throttle body. Currently has the stock throttle body, a set of injector dynamics 1050Xs, a 375 pulley. We got the pulley bolts, and we got the gasket for the throttle body. We got a RTD4 tuner. We got the bigger air tube and the bigger couplers. So we're going to be knocking out this install. The fun thing, all of this stuff, really easy. Injectors are going to be fun, but we'll update you guys as we move along the way. In terms of the other stuff, easy, and the pulley, fairly easy. But yeah, getting to those injectors, a little bit fun. What did we determine on the fuel rails, Jason?
Yeah, pull blower off.
Yeah. Some people say that they can pull without pulling the rails.
No.
Yeah, with the DI stuff too over there. Just looking, pull the blower. We'll do the injectors. Not too bad. Not the worst thing, but it's not the most fun thing.
But you can see the socket still on the rail there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Looks good, like you can see in that bolt.
All right, bro. Blower is off. How was that?
4 hours to get 2 bolts off.
All right.
The back.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the pulley swapped in. We got the 1050Xs. They got the long spacer. Can't find a lot of info about this, but there is a specific part number. I will link it to the website in the description for the Whipple. It has these long spacers. Jason mentioned that they are hard to kind of get set down in place, but they do in fact fit. Use the higher rail bolt. And I think we're about ready to set this thing back on and reassemble.
And then take 6 hours to tighten those 2 back bolts.
Yeah, hopefully not. But, you know. Yeah, one thing to note is when you have the lid off, your ports are open. So don't drop anything in your intake ports. Now, let's put her back on.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, and Gen 4 goodness here. Actual Gen 4. So if those of you guys who don't know, this intake flange is actually different from your typical Gen 1, 2, 3, and 3.5 Coyote.
I've seen guys swapping the Gen 3 intake. You have to actually use spacers.
You have to use an adapter flange, yeah.
But you don't have to, if you want to put a Gen 4 on Gen 3, it works fine. So you don't need the adapters because that part on the top of the cylinder head is taller.
Fun stuff. Let's pop this blower back on. She is alive. Got the tune loaded in. Made some changes for the injectors, the throttle body, and next step is just going to be the dyno and let it eat. All right, so here's a pretty solid before and after. I will show you the 6-gear run versus 6-gear run. This is the 6th through versus 4th run here. We made 678, 558. Really, really solid. We did run this on straight 93 octane in the first run, first couple runs. So right here. This is straight 93. This does have a 36-gallon tank, and it was about a half a tank. So I did notice that we were getting a little bit of, knock / pulling, just a little bit of timing. These are very smart vehicles, and they were able to pull timing. I said, you know what, let's just get some octane booster to make sure we have some solid 93 because it is the winter. And it performed. I mean, right off the rip, you can see it fixed a little bit. This was literally right away, right after I dropped the octane booster in. And then we got a final run right here, 678. So I'd say this is your average 93, and then this is probably some good 93. I would not say that this is 100 octane because, you know, we treated probably 20 gallons of fuel with just 1 can of octanium. I would say this is probably just your good 93, and that's your average 93. So we did pick up some power with some octane booster. I always say to my customers that are running 93, go ahead, just drop in some octane booster if you're going to beat the crap out of it. 1, it makes more power. 2, it's safer. So we did test that it is perfectly fine to make some power on 93, but it will perform better with some better fuel. Now, let's look at 6th gear versus 6th gear. You can see there is a massive, massive gap. 503 on the torque, so we only gained 50 torque-ish. On the back to, gear to gear. But the gains throughout the curve is just amazing. Unfortunately, it's really hard to compare that 6th gear because of the speed limiter. We did not tune the stage 1, but this was the out of the box tune. And then if we go here, we can view, this is kind of going to give us our best comparison that we can from the data. And I mean, that is just a beast. So 678, 558, and I think Chris is gonna be super, super stoked. Fresh off the dyno, we're gonna take it for a rip.
All right, let's
get ready. You mind holding this?
Not at all.
All right.
Let's go for a rip.
Manual. It should auto shift itself in manual. We'll do a little 2nd gear.
Holy shit! Oh my god! The asset was just sliding.
I forgot to put it in 4-wheel.
Well, the traction bars work.
Yeah, no, that was great.
That was awesome.
It spun, but it spun clean.
Yeah, that's what I wanted too. I want to run it in 2-wheel drive most of the time. But
Yep. So you can obviously switch to 4-wheel on the fly.
Right, okay.
While rolling. And then that manual mode, so you can, if you ever want to roll and get into it,
Yeah.
you can click it into manual, but you don't have to bump it into drive. You don't have to turn manual off. It'll automatically shift. I
Okay.
did that with the 2.
Nice.
So,
Oh, okay, okay.
yep.
Okay.
So we're rolling. You got a Corvette on your ass.
Yeah.
You just go down, get a little, 40 or 35 roll. We'll go down to like 2nd gear. We got 4-wheel drive engaged. Get 2nd gear. And that's 4-wheel.
Whoa. That's just instant. Holy cow. This is completely different.
Completely different.
This is nothing, even with the blower is just mushy. Oh my God.
Yeah, you can hear the blower really well.
No. God.
It's awesome.
Oh, damn. Just whining. Just whining.
Yep. Shift smooth. Smooth as fast has always been my,
Wow. The 4-wheel drive is just amazing.
Yeah.
The 2-wheel drive is more fun though, because you got to drive it. You'll feel it, the ass sliding
Now,
around.
The 2025 I did,
Yeah.
not possible in 2-wheel. It will drive you off the road.
But he doesn't have traction bars on it.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that makes a big difference. But he's got more horsepower, a lot more horsepower.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome. Awesome. Wow!
That hooks up. You feel it spin just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yep, and then you can engage 4-wheel if you want.
Okay. Here we go.
Yep.
2, 3, go. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my God.
Yeah, you didn't even brake boost it. You just floored it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it went. Awesome. Yep. So manual,
Okay.
and then just select your gear that you want. Or are you doing a dig?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You're still in 4-wheel, though.
Okay, so we go 2-wheel. There we go.
Yep.
2-wheel.
Smoke of the tires.
Wow, just a puff of smoke back there. That's what I want. Oh, that was awesome. Oh God.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Oh Jesus Christ. I still see the smoke back there.
Oh, yeah. Good thing we're out of Mexico.
Yeah, jeez.
So 2nd gear. Careful. Yep. Remember, it's going to upshift. So if it's spinning, it's going to shift the next gear and it's going to shoot that wheel speed up.
That's why I'm letting off of it. I'm waiting for that next gear to jump.
Yep. But after, you notice how it's not shifting?
Yep.
So then you just click it back
Okay.
and then it goes back to normal. But at full throttle, it'll shift itself.
Oh, I got a lot to learn here. Oh, I got a lot to learn. This is just wow. It's just more than I could ever imagine. More than anything I could ever imagine. Just insane.
No, this is a
Everything
blast.
I wanted.
I love how much you can hear the blower whine too.
Yes. Yes. That's if you could hear it over the wheels spinning.
Yeah, right. All right, safe to say we got one happy camper. That thing is ripping. So, these F-150s, they're a blast. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. The F-150s are storming in here, and they absolutely rip. I think they were a little bit of a dud, the 21 Plus, until custom tuning came out, which I guess the 21 was tunable, but then you have to bench flash the ECU. Now we can do it fully remote. We can also just do it in person. We'll have to send out the ECU. Huge thanks to HP Tuners on that. If you guys want to get a tune for your Whipple F-150, which there's a ton of them out there because you could buy these things from a dealer, which is awesome. Link in the description. If you want a stage 1 to stage 2 package, also, we're going to have that down in the description. We'll build it out for you and basically send you all the parts you need. And you can get the injectors, the cold air pipe, the throttle body, everything you need, and a tune. And we'll get your F-150 ripping just like Chris's. and you can have fun just like him. And of course, if you guys need any tuning, you know, we're working on an ESS S197. I know a lot of people talk about that kit working on S197. That's going on right here. You know, we're always tuning all day long. So if you guys need a tune, just let us know.